Hello, different setup. I thought I'd try a review in the cellar. Now I've got some space clear, not much, but some. And I am now completely off to the side. I'm like over here somewhere. So if these are out of frame, it's something I'm going to have to learn on. I need to move the tripod so it's in front of me. It doesn't matter. So what I'm going to do today is finally review, because he's in shot, the Transformers War for Cybertron Generation Siege, blah blah blah, etc. etc. Micromaster Rescue Team. I believe that's what they're called. Let's just tilt this down a little bit more. And they're alright. There's no fake outs with pretend phones today. We're going to play the game properly. So here we have Stakeout, the police car, and Red Heat. I'm sure there was an 80s action film called Red Heat. Possibly a volcano one, or something to do with a firefighter. I'm not sure. Why do I think Sylvester Stallone? Am I getting mixed up? I'm sure there was one. And they're fair enough. Quick size comparison, because it's about all I've brought down with me. They're Sideswipe from the same line. So they are quite dinky. I'd say probably smaller than the general Legends class. Sorry, figure. Legion. What am I talking about? So have a quick look. So we got Stakeout. He is a little police car. And apparently these are all supposed to be Cybertronian vehicles, so they don't have to be completely accurate to Earth vehicles, and they can have just gibberish on the side because it's supposed to be Cybertronian. Yeah, alright. Whatever. I'm not completely down with this Cybertronian nonsense so far, because these are too similar to Earth vehicles to be just straight out Cybertronian. They're not quite getting away with it in my book. But like this one, this is kind of how he looked in the original, but we'll get to him in a second. So, you know, nice little car, police siren, blah blah, Autobot symbol, if the camera will zoom, there we go. A nice enough little car, nothing spectacular to write home about, but he's fine. Little rolly wheels, sorted. Then we got Red Heat, and he's alright. He's like a weird little police car, fire engine, fire truck if you must. You can flip this bit over, so he's actually got like a extended ladder hose combo, because, you know, why not? But it's a nice enough little thing, you know, big screen window and all the rest of it. He does really remind me of the Micromasters, you know. In fact, give me a second, I've actually got my Micromasters down here. This bag. Is it this bag? No, not that bag. One of these is full of Micromasters. Where did I put it? Oh, it's this one. Hang on. Give me a second. Because I've got Flak, which is basically the same mould as that, somewhere in here. Somewhere. I have got him. Is it Flak? The brown one? Why have I got random GoBots in here? Here he is. Hang on. Transform. So the original Red Heat would be that size. There you go. Sorry, off screen. There you go. Would have been that size. So within reason, they're about the same size. Have I got a generic car one? Well, yeah, I have. But have I got one that's... You'll do. I have lots and lots of sorry, Micromasters, not minicons. What am I talking about? Get you out of the way. And there you go. So that's some size comparison for you. They are basically the same size as Micromasters, just a hair bigger. So there we go. Get rid of... Actually, might do robot mode. So, should we get onto transformation? I think it's probably fair. And what you need to do here is basically standard car former, really. You need to fold the back end over, fold the bonnet onto the back, stand it up, and just untab the arms from the sides. One step up from the Micromasters, you can untab the legs. So we've got ball joint for the knee, and a ball joint for the shoulders, and the head does actually swivel. That's nice. And you see, I started watching Transformers Victory again, and I can't remember what his name was. Was it Stakeout? I don't think it was. But the annoying little robot that went around with the even more annoying kid was basically the Japanese version of this, if I'm not mistaken. So that's neat. So he can go there. And he can come up here, and we'll transform this one. And he's slightly more awkward, just because he's awkward, more than anything. What you do is turn this enough so that you're basically exposing all the white there. Because if you leave it like halfway, or you turn it all the way, it just gets in the way. So if we turn it so far, you need to rotate this red piece over, and it will bring those with it. Let's bring that all the way down so they're sticking out front. Fold them up. And now we've got feet and heels, I guess. Rotate that down, turn around, and basically just need to wiggle. These arms are just about pegged in the side there, and on each side, so we just need to wiggle that loose and bring it down, ball joint and a hinge. Just bring it down like that. Which you may or may not be able to see. Let's bring it close to the camera. Hooray! Come on, camera, play the game. There we go. And he's quite nice. He's got quite a lot of detail. I've forgotten to split the legs again because I've got Micromasters in my head. And yeah, he's fine. He's quite nice. A bit back heavy, but I suppose that's why they've given him the big stupid heels. Because they do look a bit dopey and they feel a little bit flimsy, but yeah, whatever. Ball joint for the arms, ball joint for the knees, bend at hips, bend at the knees, and if you can get your nails in there, you can turn the head. Let's do it for argument's sake. You can turn the head, but I'm really not sure it's worth it. So, come on camera, zoom, there we go. So, he's nice, he's alright, he's pretty good. And there they are, together, looking kind of nice and pretty good. Don't drop Sideswipe down here, he'll get broken. Let's just quickly transform him off screen. So, how is everyone? You enjoying the setup? Yeah, nice. I might, if I'm going to keep recording down here, I need to find somewhere decent to put the tripod and stuff. I might have to get one that clamps onto a desk or something, I'm not sure. But if I do, instead of it just being like this raw wood of this little bench I've got, I might try and get some, like the plastic display bits to look like they're inside like the Ark or something. I might try and find some of those from like Certoys or something, but we'll see. That's a bit of money that I'm not sure I want to waste at the minute. I've got cons coming up, alright. Not TF Nation, sadly, that's one I can't go to, but I have cons. That hopefully should be a lot of fun for me personally, but unfortunately not as a Transformers collector. Boo! I'll try and get to TF Nation next year, kids. I will, honest. I actually talked to the Collector 75 about that on one of his videos. He put something up saying I think he was going, and I just mentioned it's like trying to book time off. It's just a bit crazy where I work. But I've talked sufficiently long enough, so there's Sideswipe in robot mode. So again, these guys are dinky. Very, very dinky. Let's just transform. Is it Flack or Flat Top? I honestly don't know. Transform him and stand him there, if you will. I have to lean him forward. That's what the heels are for, really, isn't it? And we'll transform. I completely forget this guy's name. I want to say something like Nitro or something like that. I for the life of me, have no idea. I'm transforming there. Stand. There we go. So yeah, these guys are basically original Micromaster size. A little bit taller, better articulation, and they're quite cool. They're quite well done. They've probably got similar kind of detail on as these guys, but they're painted better because these are just like two-piece molded plastic. So are these, but they've painted a lot more to make up for it. So these are doing quite well in my estimation. So we'll get rid of these guys out of the way, back in the bag. There you go. And now we get onto the combined weapon mode. And before anyone says anything, I'm well aware that you're too far away with the camera at the minute, so I'll have to do something about that. But yeah, this is just a quick video for that. So what we're basically going to do is transform Stakeout 90% to the vehicle mode. But let's just quickly address the elephant in the room. These two guys I have done a little bit of work to. Not much, but just a little. And all I've really done is coat the ball joints in super glue. You know, I've popped the legs off, covered them in super glue, left them overnight, and put them back together. You can do it with clear nail varnish, whatever you want, because as soon as you touch these legs, they fell off. There's also this ridge up the middle of his legs, if you can see that there. I have trimmed the top of it because it was basically squared off, and I've tried to do it very gently so you can't see it, especially if the camera doesn't zoom. There we go. I've tried to do it very carefully so you can't. You might be able to just notice it there if the camera was good enough. But yeah, as soon as you wiggled the leg in the slightest, they just fell off. So I've had to do that. Okay, so peg the legs together, peg the arm back in each side, fold. No, leave the legs out actually. So all you basically do is stand him up straight, peg his legs together, peg his arm together, and raise this up to about there. So you've got him basically standing up straight with his bonnet up a little bit more, and then fold out this peg that was hidden inside the bonnet. So now he looks like that. And for argument's sake, because I haven't done it before, I'm going to turn his head all the way around. Just for the sake of doing it. There we go. Turn his head all the way around. Make sure that's where I need it to be. Okay, sorted. Good. Now, let's do Red Heat. Red Heat was definitely a film. Or was it De Niro? It was definitely a film. I know it was a film. Might have been a gangstery film. So this one is, again, basically going back towards vehicle mode. But there's a twist. Literally. We're going to rotate the waist around. Put the arms back in. You know, slide them up. Tab them back in. There we go. And now we're going to do basically the same as we would the other way. But now these tiny little nubbins on the back of the heels go into those little notches in the body. And more accurately, in the back of the waist section. So we're going to fold that over. And they go through and they set in. And I'm going to try and turn the head around. I'm not convinced you can do it all the way around, but I'm going to try just for the sake of it. Turn around. I'm going to undo the arm, bear with me. Turn around. Can you not turn it full 180? Can you only turn it so far? I don't like this. The question is, will I be able to get it back? You can't see his face. That'll do. It'll do. So you kind of get him like this. So it's basically the vehicle mode with the front half upside down. Now you'd think, for a weapon, you need to fold out his, his big barrel, and that's basically a gun on its own, right? Nope, that's not a gun at all. You need him like this. You need to take him, because there's a hole in there for that peg, and you basically put that in there, and these little notches sticking out will line up with these little grooves in here. There you go, these little grooves by my finger. Don't ask me why. So they line up there, and that is the gun. Because apparently there's two little dots in the back of the heels, like that one and that one. They're supposed to be gun barrels, I guess. You could probably put those stupid effects on it, but I haven't got any and I don't want any. Hooray! So we'll just give him to Sideswipe, who, if I remember rightly, might not be able to hold him very well, but we'll try. Some of the tolerances on these figures, the hands, has been a bit questionable. Some will grip really tightly, some won't grip at all. It's been very weird. There we go. There you go. Sideswipe's now got a really big gun. I mean, to be fair, he's holding it reasonably well. I'm only tilting him back a little bit, so kudos to the designer Sideswipe, really. This one's not great, but frankly, it was the cheapest one I found on Amazon. And I could get it delivered quickly the next day. Because I was getting Prowl delivered anyway. I thought, what else can I find? 13 quid. Go on then. Why not? But I do like the idea, the plane, the Decepticon plane one. I quite like him. The other team with Flack and... I can't remember his name. Those two. Can they go into two different weapon modes? Can they flip around, or are they just stuck in the one like this? I'm not sure. Someone let me know. But yeah, so they're all right, but they're not a must-buy. Okay, I only got them because they were the cheapest set I could find. But whatever, it's fine. So I'm going to call it a day there. You guys let me know if you like this setup or not. Granted, it's going to take a lot of tweaking, And if I can get the like the plastic base and maybe a back so you can't see how terrible that wall is. Because I haven't got money to get all this plastered. Forget that. Yeah, so I shall be ugly, I shall be wretched, and I shall see all of you in the next one. Left-handed.